Okay, so whenever I was researching the topic for Valve's numbers and Steam, the increase in their games numbers and the increase in the service Steam's numbers, there were people talking about death of the computer. And they're like, hold on, delay it. You know, obviously we're getting some numbers out of this. Things are going well for Valve and the personal computer. But I don't like, have people been saying that the computer's gonna die and that like we just aren't gonna use computers anymore? And that got me thinking, like, let's look at the evolution of technology from a little bit and see like what's up with the computer and other things similar to that, like just other devices and how they've been transforming. So computers used to be super huge. They used to be in only like very wealthy businesses, college campuses, etc., things with lots of ground because computers took up whole rooms, you know, government projects and buildings, things of those nature would have computers as well. It wasn't just everyone had a home computer, which is kind of where like the term PC came from, the personal computer. This computer is built for you. And it was crazy. Because again, they used to be huge. And so computers evolved and people started using, you know, internet and things of this nature. I mean, internet took forever to evolve. I mean, I've been using the internet since like the 90s when I was a wee little child. I know people that like did not get into the internet until you know, like the 2000s. Like, it's weird here, like, people just learning about, like, Twitch or YouTube or something, and I'm like, dude, I was here when that started. That's crazy. And it's just how technology evolves and how people adapt to it, and not everyone jumps at it, and also not everyone, like, it doesn't immediately stick with everyone. People have to try out different things, like, Microsoft have been making tablets for years. And then Apple's like, oh, hey, the iPad. And now everybody's like, oh, yeah, that thing, that's an iPad. Like, that's just what stuck, dude. The iPod, the iPad, those stuck. There were other music players. There were other tablets. These are just the ones that people eventually got to and decided to keep going with. Now, I also wanted to compare this to, I don't see... So the way that other technologies are evolving, they're evolving at a really good rate, but I don't think it's good enough to outpass the computer ever. Like, I mean, you can't outpass the computer ever because you're always using the computers to design the new technologies that are supposed to outpass the computer. Like, I don't see how there could ever be a decline. I could see how there can be, like, a merging or a gradual shift, perhaps, but not just, like, people being like, no, I'd rather just use my phone than a computer. Like, people are always going to be using computers. People may be using cell phones and tablets more and more so, but whenever there's always better things that you can get on the computer at the exact same time that these other things are existing, there's no need to do this. There's no point to doing it because there are going to be people who need the more power and etc. I'm sure eventually they will have enough power to where you can just kind of get by on them. I'm sure there are people right now who just are watching this on a tablet or on your phone and you don't really use a computer, but you probably own a computer still. Okay, and the comparison I wanted to make is cell phones, all of the functions they use. They use calculators now, okay? They have a phone, like video recording and picture taking as well, but these didn't replace these things. People still buy standalone calculators. They still buy standalone cameras for video and picture taking, like, because the hardware is better. Except not really on calculators. Dude, I hate calculators, but I'm not gonna rant about calculators. I feel like my cell phone's probably way more powerful than a calculator. And if someone made a super awesome calculator app, which there are probably some, then we could just kick out the calculator. I don't know why we even use calculators anymore whenever our phones are more powerful. But yeah, the cameras are way better than our phones, but people settle on the phone for convenience. So people could settle on the phone and the tablet for convenience on the computer, but whenever the computer has so many more features that just outweigh the phone and tablet, it's not optimal to just use the phone and tablet. Lots of people do use the phone and tablet, and they may use it by a majority, but they don't only use the tablet. Okay? If you're going to type up a paper, you're probably going to use a laptop or a computer, and not the touch screen on your phone or tablet.